Hello, I'm Carl Baker and welcome to this Inspire for Academicians tutorial on completing the self-coaching cycle. This tutorial acts as an overview, with the previous tutorials covering each step in the cycle in more detail. Let's sign in. And F11 to expand the screen. The last tutorial covered challenge review, which when completed left us with this stage, the adding barrier suggestions, which means that you've actually completed a full cycle. I'm not going to go through each of these steps, but just to give you a quick high-level overview of the cycle itself. Adding barrier suggestions is the stage where the system is asking you, are there any additional barriers to be added or new barriers that you've thought of since you last added barriers. Remember, you can always add new barriers by pressing the Add Barrier key at any time you want to. So adding barriers is the same screen that you've seen before in a previous tutorial. The difference here, when you come to this point in the cycle, is that there is no red star, which means that the system's asking you, are there any new barriers to be added? And it will stop you and get you to reflect to consider whether there's anything else to add. But because there are no stars, you can actually go straight past by clicking the green button. We're then into convert barriers. I'm not going to go through each of these because, as I said, they've been covered in previous tutorials in more depth. But we would then do the conversion of the barriers. Then we will have the report that will come up. The reason that the system asks for adding new barriers and converting them prior to giving you the report is that you may have, following the challenge review, actually removed or overcome all of the barriers. In other words, you may not have any barriers left in this cycle. So before it gives you the report and therefore the question of whether you want to continue or not, it's asking you, just have one more think, are there any new barriers to be added? So once the report is done and you've answered the question to either continue round another cycle or whether you want to send to the consultant the fact that you believe you've completed the challenge. Just to remind you that you will normally go through a number of these cycles before you remove a significant amount of barriers. So you'll work on barriers more than once. After the report, the challenge report has come out and you've said yes, you want to continue on the cycle, you then have setting actions. After setting actions, you're then going to carry out those actions. So this is a natural point at which you will stop using Inspire while you allow yourself a few days or a week to carry out the actions that you've set yourself. After you've completed the review actions and maybe identified some new habits and deeper barriers, you'll then do the 360 feedback and the meeting that goes along with your group. And then you will do your own challenge review on your barriers to see if they're still get in the way and to what extent. And then after that, you're back to adding barriers, converting those barriers, and back to the report with the question. So that is the cycle. Thanks very much for watching all the videos. Bye.